Okay, 7 p.m. Better get out there. Hello? Hello? I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry, it's a little loud here. This is the only venue I could find. So I apologize. I will be taking, first, welcome to the emergency, I'm sorry, I'm very nervous. Welcome to the Emergency Wordle Conference. In light of today's news, I have gathered all of you here today, and I hope that the outcome to this will be good and beneficial for us all moving forward in the future. I'm going to give a given statement, just of my thoughts and where I stand on this being a Wordle in One or Wordle content creator with my series Wordle in One. But then after that, I will be taking questions from the chat. So if you could just bear with me, I will be taking questions later. I suppose I should get started. I just wanted to let everyone know that I was not informed of this at all. This was not a decision that I signed off on. I was not behind the decision of New York Times buying out Wordle on today, the day of our Lord, January 31st, 2021, or 2022, sorry. Josh Wardle did not personally inform me. I did not know that this buyout was going to happen. I was completely caught off guard and blindsided like many of you. It's been a very stressful time for all of us, I believe, the last couple of years, and I don't think that this is anything to scoff at, really, given what we've all been through. Yes, I will address that I do hold shares of Wordle, and that you would think that my share of Wordle would have gotten me, well, it's actually more like a 16th of a share, but you would think that that would have been enough to have, warranted some kind of response or email from Josh Wardle to me to inform me so that maybe I could cash out early if I wanted to. But it doesn't look like that has been the case, unfortunately. Or it's fortunate that I didn't sell out or anything along with him. I don't stand for collusion. I don't think that it's fair that anybody holding any kinds of shares would be able to have any kind of heads up from a company that was about to quit or make a big change. I guess that's just kind of the nature of things. But whenever I did buy my share from Josh Wardle, it was 2 quarters that I actually found. And I said, "It was this enough to buy a share?" And he said, "Sure." And he took the 2 quarters, which is legally binding, I assure you. I've been assured by my lawyers, and I assure you now that is legally binding. Again, sorry about the noise. I apologize again about the noise. This was the only venue I could find on such short notice. I was not prepared for this. I would have much rather have had an enclosed venue, given the current state of the world. But here we are, and I found myself a cozy little corner here where nobody can get to me. I brought my own rope and I roped it off. The only people that I am addressing are chairs in front of me that may or may not have other people in them. I will also be addressing any concerns that anybody may have in the Q&A section. I want to just go ahead and get rid of those now. Will Wordle in 1 continue is probably a big question on everybody's mind. I want to address these before the Q&A section, but yeah, it's a growing concern that Wordle in 1 will not continue given the current state of Wordle. But I think that it is important to address it. But I think it's also important to assure that any kind of stakeholders, shareholders, or anybody who cares about Wordle in 1 deeply like I do, is well informed in that, and that they know that going forward they can put trust in me. They can put trust in me that I will continue to do Wordle in 1, and that Wordle in 1 will continue ever forward as long as it is up, no matter what site it is hosted on. And I was waiting for more of an applause there. I didn't hear anything from anybody, so that's kind of a bummer. But it is a brave thing for me to continue doing what I'm doing here. I think another concern may be how Wordle will change, if the word pools will be any different, and if those will include the word snake. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm not sure. All I can say is that that I'll do my damnedest. I'll do my damnedest moving forward, and I'm right there with you in all of your frustrations. I don't have a word pool currently of how that's going to change, if it's going to be the same 5,246 words, or if there's going to be a new word pool, or if there will be words added. I don't know how Wordle will change going forward either. I'm not in charge of that. Again, I just found out today. Josh didn't even hit me up on my beeper, man. I gave him my beeper number. I gave Josh Wardle my beeper number, and he didn't even hit me up. And I even told him, I said, hey, if anything happens with Wordle, if anything happens with you, if there's an emergency, hit me up on my beeper, because that's where I get all my emergencies put onto, and he didn't even hit me up on it. I didn't get a text message on my phone. I didn't get a call on my home phone number either. I had all my lines open pretty much 24/7, and I told Josh. I told Josh, hey, call me at night if anything happens to you. If anything happens to you in the middle of the night and you can't get a hold of anyone else, if you can't get a hold of your parents or your wife or any of your other friends, or any first responders, call me, and I'll be right there for you. And I've even called him a few times, and I've said, Josh, I'm worried tonight. I'm having some panic attacks over tomorrow's Wordle in 1. I'm not sure if you can help me out or not. I don't know if there's a deal that we can work out. Well, I wasn't making deals for if snake was going to be like a word the next day or something. Okay, full disclosure, there were some talks of some deals for me maybe rigging the system, but that was only in a complete emergency kind of last minute parachute pull cord kind of instance where I was, if I ever do go crazy and I lose my mind completely and I have just enough sanity to kind of save myself, I would have some kind of a ripcord to pull so that he can make the word snake. And I will fully admit that. I will fully admit that to the American people and the people of the world who are paying attention right now, to the thousands of you who are watching this, millions probably, and I will fully admit that. I want going forward, Wordle and 1 to be a completely honest, endeavor, and I don't want there to be any sort of collusion or talks of cheating or anything like that. Moving forward, I want you to be fully entrusted in me, and I am embarrassed about that. I did have a moment of weakness, but I am owning up to that now, and I will work to be a better person in the future. I would like to I would also like to address the word pool, because I didn't really get to that. I kind of tapered off there. Or got off on the wrong thing there. Again, I don't know the word pool. I don't know what it's going to be like, but like I said, I did give Josh my beeper, and I even reached out to him a few times, and I said, hey, I need help, but he did not even hit me up on the beeper. So I just want there to be full transparency, full honesty about Josh Wardle not hitting me up on my beeper whenever all this broke loose. I did not know. I didn't know. How could I have known? I would like to now move to the question. Well, one more thing. I want one more statement. I am utterly disheartened. A few of you may have seen my Twitter posts earlier, saying that, good for him and I wish him the best, but, it's going to suck if New York Times starts putting a paywall up in front of Wordle, which again, I don't know if they will or not. I'm just kind of guessing here. Yeah, so, I just wanted to kind of get out in front and say that I am also disheartened. I am right there with all your frustrations and concerns and worries about Wordle going forward. I am right there with you. So don't worry, American people and people of the world. I am here to be with you. I will hold your hand through these dark times, through this valley of darkness. I will be right there holding your hand. You can hold on to my paw or my tail or my whittle cute ears, and I will be there for you. And you can pet me in any time of stress. In fact, I would like that very much. I'm stressed out, and I need some kind of comfort to I'm sorry. I didn't want to cry. Oh, but here they come. I'm scared with you. and I'm terrified. I don't know what's gonna happen. What if they move? What if they change the game? What if you have to pay for it? What if it's not 5 letters anymore and it's like 6 or like 4? And like 5 is like perfect. It's like the perfect amount. And I am not sure if it's gonna be different. And what if you get more tries? Or what if Snake's not even in the pool? Damn it! If the word snake isn't in the pool, I'm gonna have to change the word, and I'm gonna have to start all over, and it's not gonna count all of my 12 days of hard work. I need a drink of water. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm wiping my tears now. I'm sorry. You don't deserve to see me like that. I'm supposed to be this like stalwart rock, your anchor through these tough times, and I just, I'm vulnerable too. I'm also scared. But We cannot let that deter us from Wordle. We will follow Wordle until it gets really bad and shitty, and then we'll leave and find something else maybe. But I will be there. I will be at Wordle every step of the way, and that's what you can count on. Wordle and One will not die today, and I will brave the valley of death and shadows and unknowedness for you, the American and people of the world. I will now open up the floor to Q&A. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to open the floor to questions. Let me open up the question box. If there are any questions from the viewers, and you would like and you would like them to be answered, please direct them. This is the question box over here. I apologize. This is the question box. I only had so much money, and I could only afford wingdings. I ran out of money for my emergency Wordle conference. Wingdings was the cheapest font, so I went with that one. If there's any questions from the audience right now, any questions from chat, I will be taking them now. Any questions at all? Any questions from the viewers? No? I don't know. I thought there would be more questions. I'm kind of wondering now if anybody showed up. Maybe they'll be here later. Huh. Okay. Well, I have a few questions I've prepared for myself. The first question I have for myself is, what does this mean for Wordle and One? Like I said before, I've already made a statement on this. But Wordle and One will largely, I think, remain unaffected. Again, it's kind of tough to tell at this point in time. The news is still fresh, and we don't have all of the data necessary to really predict what is going to happen with Wordle in One in the future. I will do my best as head of the Wordle in One series to I apologize for coughing. It's just hard to talk this much without coughing. Wordle and One going forward should remain largely unaffected. I will do my best to provide all of the Wordle and One content that I can, and update you on any kind of Wordle news going forward that I hear from Josh, hopefully, if he pages my beeper. Is there anyone else that could maybe ask a question? Anybody else? Come on, everybody. Just anyone at all. Ask any. I will open the floor to any question at this point, I think. Any questions? Any and all questions? Okay. Maybe I have another question for myself here. How am I doing? You know? Maybe we want to know how I'm doing. I'm pretty emotionally distraught over this whole thing. I am concerned. One, I'm more hurt by Josh than anything. Let me get that straight. I am more hurt by Josh Wardle than the actual decision to sell it to New York Times. I think that this was kind of a bogus move. I think he maybe should have just kept it free. But also, I don't know. Maybe New York Times was planning on making their own kind of Wordle. I don't know. I think I just would have let him. But he said that New York Times was a big inspiration from their crosswords and all their fun puzzles, so I don't know. That's his decision. Again, what kind of hurt me was the whole not paging me on my beeper thing, because this is very clearly an emergency, a very big decision, and he did not message the #1 Wordle content creator there is. And shareholder of Wordle, also, I would like to point out. My 2 quarters still count. I guess the next question is, will we be doing Wordle in 1 today? And I think the answer is yes, we will still do Wordle in 1 today, albeit with a very different tone. I think it's going to be a very different tone today, for sure. For sure. It's not necessarily going to be contemplative. I'm not sure how this Wordle in 1 is going to turn out today on day 12. It's something that I've been thinking about probably all day, and I don't know. Frankly, I'm nervous and scared of what's going to happen. I really, if worse comes to worse, I may fly off the handle and break my keyboard in half. Maybe throw my mouse across the room. I might topple over the entire computer, and the stream might just end right there. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. Yeah, this is this is not what I had planned today, I'll tell you that much. Did not plan on doing a conference. But that's just kind of how the chips fell. I did try to reach out to Josh Wardle for a statement. I'm sure there's a question about that. If I knew anything about what Josh Wardle might have said. But no, I do not. I have no idea. Again, he did not page me on my beeper like I asked. He did not. He didn't do anything of the sort. It was really disappointing, to be honest. And also, to be honest, while I'm at it, kind of fucked up. Pretty fucked up. I'm very extremely disheartened by this. I really, really, really wish he would have notified me. It's just so sad that he didn't. I really thought we were closer than that. And I thought it was going to be like a cool thing. But it wasn't. It was not a cool thing. What the hell? I don't understand this. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get how he could, like, do something like this to me. It was a personal betrayal on his part. not to page me on my beeper. Oh, man. This is a sad day. And on day 12, 2 days after our week anniversary on Wordle and 1. Unbelievable. Well, I don't have any more questions for myself. Unfortunately, no viewers showed up. But that does not change the impact that this had on Wordle and on me. And on all the Wordle players out there and all the fans of Wordle and 1. But know this. Wordle and 1 will not change. Wordle and 1 will continue to play Wordle every day at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/HoodedSweaterCat. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. And let's get into